Namaste, everyone. Welcome to our meditation. Today we'll do it a little differently because I'm by the beach, so I figured anything by the ocean is tranquil. It's very calming, it's very soothing to the central nervous system to hear that ebb and flow of the tide. So let that begin to soothe you. We're going to keep it real because I'm outdoors and I have no control over what other noises may happen. Let this be a real experience. You may hear birds. Of course, you'll hear the tide. You may hear the wind, but you may even hear planes, perhaps cars, perhaps voices. But don't let those serve as any kind of a distraction. Rather, let that be almost white noise. Let that be in the background. Let that lull you into your meditation. So either find a comfortable seat, or you could lie on your back, eyes closed. Either way is best. But if that causes you, any anxiety at all, then of course, open the eyes. Eyelids are softly shut. And what we'll do today is a guided visualization. So again, begin in a comfortable place. And we'll start here just by following your breath. Just like the waves of the ocean, follow your natural breathing. Nothing regulated, nothing forced. Just your natural breath. The difference here is the mindfulness of the breath. Paying attention to each inhale, and that same attention and mindfulness to each exhale. Let the breathing be full and deep, slow and rhythmic. As you take your inhales, let your belly rise or lift to the ceiling. So the belly muscles are relaxed. You're not forcing it toward the ceiling. Just allow the belly to be soft and free. That's on your in-breath. And on your out-breath, naturally, the belly will fall toward the floor, toward your spine. So try that, if you will, for another 5 rounds of breath. As you witness your breathing, and be that same witness to what your body does as it breathes. Notice how as you inhale and your belly lifts, your rib cage expands. The back rib cage, the front rib cage. You may feel your back rib cage pressing against your mat. And then as you exhale, your muscles start to relax down toward the spine. In and out for 3 or 4 more. Nice slow deep breaths. Perhaps some of the attention is now paid to the sound of your breathing. Notice if you breathe with your mouth open or if you breathe with your mouth closed. Does your breath feel shallow? Maybe you can alter that. Do you feel any congestion at all as you breathe? Just paying attention. You're just noticing things at this point. Now let's bring some of that same mindfulness to our bodies, our physical body. Do a little scan of your body from head to toes and everything in between. And what we'll try to do is try to relax each body part throughout this guided meditation or guided visualization. So let's begin now with the crown of the head, the very top of the head. Your center of intellect, it's known as. And just calm and quiet, even your hair. your skull. Drawing some of that same focus and awareness into the forehead. As you smooth out the wrinkles in the forehead, just let go there. A place where we carry a lot of tension. Down into the third eye center, that space in between your eyebrows, known as your third eye, your center of intuition, your intuitive eye. So that's where we become very instinctive. Just acknowledge it. If you'd like to take your middle finger and just gently rub, make some small circles going in each direction, that space in between the eyebrows, to connect with the intuitive part of who you are. Sometimes we forget that even exists because we live in the center of intellect. We live in our heads. Begin to relax your eyes and allow them to feel as though they're dropping toward the back of your head. Bring some quiet to the bridge of the nose, in through the cheeks, and then down into the jawline. Do some gentle opening and closing of your mouth, wide open, and then tightly shut, and then move your jaw from side to side to be sure the jaw, the teeth, and the tongue are all relaxed. One of the best places for the tongue placement is in the back of the upper teeth. That's a little trick to quiet down the central nervous system. Bring some awareness to your lips. Allow them to part slightly. Relaxing the jaw even further. And take a deep swallow and allow the throat muscles and the throat itself to actually relax. Bring your awareness to your collarbones and just imagine what they would look like if they were separating, if they were coming apart from one another. So now that your shoulders are attached to those collarbones, your shoulders will now relax and your chest will be more open to receive some of these beautiful full breaths. Bring a lot of awareness in through the chest. Take some deep, slow breaths and notice how the lobes of the lungs go all the way up toward the collarbones. That means your breath is traveling all the way up into the upper part of your chest. Travel down from the collarbones into the rib cage, paying attention to each one of the ribs, creating some space in between each one of those ribs, where you actually house intercostal muscles, also known as breathing muscles. Bring awareness into the lowest rib, each side, right and left. And then travel down the abdominal wall toward the navel. So here, relax the abdominal muscles. Travel further down the body in toward the hips, the bony parts of the hips. Your frontal bony parts of your hips, the right side, the left side, and imagine those coming apart so the pelvis is broader, the hips become more open, And what you're allowing things to do is you're allowing gravity to take hold, to open the hips even more, even as you lie still on the mat. You're opening your hips. Guide the breath down through the thighs, both thighs. Both kneecaps. Both shins. And both ankles. Bring some concentration to the tops of your feet. Let's start with the right foot. The top of the right foot. Leading into the right big toe. The right second toe. The right third toe. Right fourth toe. And right baby toe. Your left baby toe, your left fourth toe, your left third toe, left second toe, and left big toe. Start to feel the soles of the feet, almost like you're feeling grounded, where you house also loads of nerve endings that correspond with organs in the body, muscles in the body, all the way up through the brain. Maybe fan your toes, get them nice and wide, and then grip them as if you're trying to pick up a towel off the floor. Then fan them again, see if you can widen them further. Grip them tighter. One more, just like that. Fan the toes. Spread even the baby toe. And then grip so tight that you create a big arch in your foot. And then let both of the feet relax as they splay out to the right and left. Bring some awareness into the heels and the Achilles tendons. The calf muscles, that space behind the knees, all the way up into the hamstrings. And the glutes. And give your low back some love here. Send the breath, particularly the exhale, to the low back. Oftentimes a source of pain for some of us. If it helps to bend your knees and rest the soles of your feet on the mat, go ahead and do that. You can also place a pillow underneath your knees as you lie on the floor. Let the mind travel up the spine, paying attention to each one of the vertebrae. Through the lumbar spine, into the thoracic or mid-back, all the way up into the cervical spine through your neck. Maybe stop for a sec at the shoulder blades. Be sure those are relaxed as they press in toward the mat. And bring a lot of awareness into the back of your neck. The tops of your shoulders, the back of your head. And now let's bring some awareness into our arms, both arms, both biceps and triceps, both elbows, both forearms and the back of your forearms, both wrists, both palms and the back of your hands, and hyperfocus on your right thumb your right index finger, the right middle finger, right ring finger, right baby finger, left baby finger, left ring finger, left middle finger, left index finger, and left thumb. So you've quieted down each part of the body. Now send some of the healing energy, the breath, the prana, which translates to energy, through the entire body, not forgetting about the internal organs. So as you take those full deep breaths, what you're doing is you're massaging your internal organs. Just imagine as you take a full inhale, the diaphragm is pressing on the organs, rinsing them and wringing them of waste and toxins. And then as you take that exhale, it's like an elevator. The diaphragm rises up toward your head, and there's a fresh blood supply to those internal organs, and blood heals. So just know that every time you take full deep breaths, you're actually healing your body. I'm going to leave you in silence to enjoy the sounds of nature, to enjoy the tranquility of the tide, as I hope you drift off into another level of consciousness. Enjoy some rest. begin to awaken, but do so gently. Do so through some movement in your fingers, through your toes, rock your head right to left, side to side. Open and close your mouth like we did in the beginning. And then blink open the eyes. The nervous system is quiet and it's relaxed now. So you want to move slowly and with purpose so that that nervous system will stay for you in that nice, quiet place long after your meditation is over. Draw your right knee in toward your chest, and then your left knee in toward your chest. Typically, we roll to the right side, considered your cooling side. But if that causes you any pain, of course, you could roll over to the left side. If you decide to go right, you'll notice that your heart isn't squished. It's not creating any tension at all. By landing on your left side, with your right side, the heart is nice and open to pump that blood through your system. If you'd like to feel really grounded, you could rest now your third eye space, that space again in between the eyebrows, the intuitive eye, on the mat. So you roll so far over to the right and left that you can rest your forehead right on the mat. And spend a couple of seconds there, regrounding, so that when we get up and we go about our day, you feel more grounded, you feel more centered. And then come to a comfortable seat, keeping the eyes closed. You could join hands at heart space, Anjali Mudra. And I'll close you out with one Om. If you'd like to join me, please do. Inhale. Om. Rest your thumb knuckles at third eye. And start to lift up the chin slightly. And then we'll bow our heads toward our feet as we all say namaste. Namaste, everyone. Be well.